this going a little bit. So don't mind me. I'm just making sure this is actually working. So let's try and see. Ah, okay. Sounds like it is. Sweet. Anyways, welcome everybody. Riding on through Tennessee here. Went into Erwin, Tennessee today and dropped off some much needed stuff that was being talked about on the channels and stuff, that they're okay with the food, and for the most part they've gotten more than enough food right now, canned stuff and whatnot, and water and stuff for now. I emphasize that for now they've got plenty of that, but what they're needing a lot of was the little propane tanks that were like about that big, stuff to help with cleaning, like trash bags, yard bags, rope, stuff like that, laundry detergent to do clothes and stuff with, just out and in stuff. Somebody had posted something that one of the communities was needing the kids, the toddlers and stuff, and the little ones they needed sippy cups and stuff like that for the little ones because they didn't have any at all for them. So I grabbed a dozen or so sippy cups, emptied the local Walmart of hey, how's it going, Zan? Emptied the local Walmart of the camping propane bottles yesterday, and got a fistful, or actually a handful of lighter torches instead of matches, because matches was hard to find. I figured, heck, anybody and everybody knows how to use a little lighter torch, so got them instead. We had one jacket that was not being used that we took with us. The other took the pack and play that's not being used up there. She also took all of her crochet knitted hats that she's made throughout the year. So I think she said like it was like 15, 20 of them, something like that. And she's been working on odd and end stuff, but she's working on more now. But she took all those, and instead of selling them, she took them up there. So up there, they're cleaning up the upper part of town. Seemed to be all right. A bunch of wind damage up there, but the area downstream, that's the lower end of the town where the river actually got a little bit low, where the river actually came up. A lot of people sitting there saying, oh well, they should have just know better, blah 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 blah. Videos and stuff from the flood while it was going on does not put in perspective just how much flooding was going on. I was up there. There was a sheer, fresh, close to 60 foot worth of mud off the hillside that got washed away beside the hospital. Literally 60 feet above where the river was today, normally, was washed away. I made a TikTok video of it. I posted the little short on YouTube. There's a small little part in that. Might even try to take and do a screenshot later, or here in a few minutes, maybe even. But all in all, it was what used to not be too bad of a drive. Ended up being, for me, almost 4 hours each way. So it was almost an all day thing. We got up this morning, loaded Munchkin up, took her up there with us because we wanted her to see that not everything's rainbow and butterflies. There is issues that happens and bad things that can happen, this and that. So she somewhat understood what was going on, because heck, being in the fire department, my daughter growing up, she used to run in the fire truck with me. And 9 times out of 10, if I was off work, I had her with me. And in order for me to go to the house fire or the car wreck, she was with me, so tossed her in the truck with me. So she got to see quite a bit of stuff growing up. So so she understood what was going on. And yeah, so I that situation, the mountain areas, they're still finding people alive that have been completely cut off. They're still finding people. They're just trying to get to these areas, and it's just a slow work because they're having to take and cut the trees out of the way, figure out how to move the boulders and rocks around, try to make somewhat of a passable road so they can actually either drive little side by sides, or heck, there's even a few people that I seen. There was an adventure riding club that actually posted something on one of the groups yesterday. Hey, Evil, how's it going? And they're even offered to meet up in the area. They're going up as a group this weekend, and they're gonna actually use their adventure bikes to actually make sure to haul supplies to areas that they can't even get side by sides in. But the paths are good enough, at least hopefully good enough for a motorcycle to be able to get up in there, or a dirt bike per se. So they're gonna load themselves down and go across there. So they're still needing quite a bit of work and whatnot up there. And so the one thing that was noted was that the donated used clothing materials, whether it be jackets, shirts, pants, that kind of stuff, that if it was opened or used and you took it up to Bristol's Motor Speedway, they were actually handing it off to Salvation Army right away. They weren't even redistributing that stuff at all. So if you were trying to bring that kind of stuff up, old shirts, newer used stuff that doesn't fit, whatnot, that's still wearable, it just doesn't fit, or stuff that's not even being used anymore, that's just sitting around, jackets and stuff especially, take them up there to one of the churches. All the churches up there are gladly taking anything as long as it's clean. You're thinking about camping, huh? Well, I would be too, but I've got to work tomorrow. But so for me, it was kind of sort of one of those deals where I wanted to help, try to make sure I can try to get up there and help as much as I could, but at the same time though, can't exactly get hurt still because I still got to work. So wasn't able to do much at all. And right, Evil? But so the one thing that I was able to do is watch the lists and stuff, and as soon as I was able to get paid from payday, seeing what money I had left, went ahead and bought stuff and took it up there today. So done that. Asked about whether or not they're still doing searches and stuff, whether it's hopefully to find people still trapped somewhere that they don't know about, or even as hard as it is to say it, but still, body recovery still needs to be done. Families and stuff that doesn't know where their loved ones are, that got swept away by the floods and stuff, they still have the rights and the need to be able to at least know what happened, or what's going on, or where their loved one is. Not knowing it, it's rough. I mean, I've done fire rescue for 20 years, and there was an incident where the state guys were wanting to call off a search, and at the time I was the rescue lieutenant and the search manager of the search at that point when they were wanting to call it off, and I told them no, give us at least a couple more days, because this was a 5-year-old boy. Parents were standing there. They were, and it was their second week of trying to look for him up on the mountain. So we were like late summer, early fall. Temperatures were getting down. It was raining, and just so happened to be they decided to fly the chopper one last time, and they're like, "This is the last flight we're doing." I was like, "Okay, we'll figure something out afterwards." And they went back by, and we had seen something. One of the search parties had thought they had seen something in this area, in this one little area, but they weren't for sure, and they went over and looked, didn't see nothing else again. So they was like, okay, maybe it may have been a hog or something, or who knew. And so chopper guys figured they'd go ahead and fly back over that way. Well, when they did, they seen something out of the ordinary out front, flopping around in the bushes. And when they got lower, they started moving the branches, and the leaves and stuff started blowing away a little bit more to where they could see better. And what it was the 5-year-old boy was down there waving his jacket at them. So they ended up finding him. So, and I mean, I've worked drownings and stuff, and a lot of us that work fire rescue knows families, even if you knew what happened to them, just being able to actually have that body and have closure is what actually needs to be done. Yet they're talking about, oh, we're not even going to probably try to do that, searching for all that many people. So real bad situation. 26 is open coming from Johnson City, or 81 down to Aaron. After that, it's shut down, it's closed, and it wouldn't really do you much good because they got 40 shut down too. And then the latest update on those two roads is 26 they're supposed to have, hopefully they're going to have open by this time next year. Sections of 40 should be able to be reopened by this time next year. Now, the washed out areas where the river actually took away, ran up alongside 40 and took the whole lane and stuff down, that section is now actually being said to not be able to be completed until 2028. So, about this time 4 years from now, it did that much damage. So, yeah, just the short and stuff. The short's actually the TikTok video that my daughter shot for me. And but anybody that's able to donate any propane bottles, especially the little camp ones, because they're using camping stoves and so on and so forth, even the little camping heaters and stuff, tents, sleeping, cold weather sleeping bags, used jackets, coats, trash bags, cleaning stuff, Clorox wipes, so on and so forth. That kind of stuff is actually what they're needing right now more than anything. Oh, so hopefully they'll be able to get stuff, because I mean the city, when I was there today, they actually had the area around the hospital there clearing it off of the trees and stuff and the debris. They were actually burning a lot of the trees and stuff today. There, I mean, it's all mud right where it's at, so it's not like it's going to go anywhere. But the city's still got its fire department still, so that's a good thing. But the thing I was kind of wondering about, and I got to see firsthand, was the nuclear facility that makes the fuel rods for the nuclear power plants. It was perfectly fine. It was untouched. So that's a good thing. Oh yeah, I forgot. I can do this. Hey, Salty. Y'all talking about camping. Y'all making me feel bad. Because I'm still waiting to hear back from the dealership to see how they're wanting to... trying to figure out... Now, as far as the bike and stuff, bike's needing a complete cooling system replacement. So the radiators, the tank, the hoses, the pump, and I'm not sure about the heads, but I probably would guess the heads as well. considering it's water-cooled heads. So there's probably a good possibility even those need to be replaced. So lucky me. But yeah, that's another story. Yeah, not exactly too fond of that. But hey, Smoky Mountain Bike Week was pretty fun. Got to see True, Crystal, Tweedle, Dallas, DDK, Toe Up Junkies, Iron Butterfly, Doc, Big Mike. Oh, what happened this time, Salty? Oh, I thought you knew. Oh, no. The antifreeze, the coolant sledged up. So now the entire cooling system needs to be replaced. That is what was causing the temperature light to come on, was the fact that the coolant was sledged up. So rather interesting situation, considering the dealership, when they basically rebuilt the motor, supposedly flushed the system. So if they flushed the system, the question is, what happened? Did they put the wrong antifreeze in? Did they even flush the system like they said they did? Or did someone put something in the system, in the coolant? So yeah, see, well, the funny thing, Evil, is we got to talking and they got to looking at the dealership. So I was like, I could have swore we just did one. They go, actually, yeah. He goes, the guy's like, yeah, you flushed the coolant back in September last year. The water pump went out in February, so we flushed it then. He goes, and then if they did what they said they did, J&L flushed the system when they rebuilt the bike this past September, about 1,300 miles ago. And so there shouldn't be any reason for anything to be gummed up, but yet it's gummed up. That I don't know. That's a possibility. You never know. I mean, these Harley Davidson techs and stuff are supposed to be the best of the best. They're supposed to know everything. They're supposed to know what they're doing. I mean, me and the general manager kind of sort of had it out after I picked the bike up, as it was. And but as far as I remember, you don't even have to add water to the Harley Davidson coolant system at all. They sell it in the jug, and all you got to do is pour it in there. There ain't no mixing at all. It's just you put the. I mean, I watched Lone Cowboy do his. I've seen several others do their water pump replacements and fill up the reservoir and the tanks and stuff. And I ain't seen the first one use water. Just opened up the jug and poured it in. So hopefully. That's not the case, because yeah, if that'd be the case, that means somebody messed up then big time, if they're not supposed to be even adding anything to it, especially water. But it's gonna be a headache. It's still been a headache, and I'm about this close from saying the heck with it, and just going ahead and getting the second bike, because I've been at my ropes end lately by not being able to be on the bike. Yeah, and I think the Harley Davidson stuff that they use, they're in the flushes and stuff's pre-mixed too, Evil, because it comes in a sealed jar, and they say all you got to do is use what's in the jar, and that's it. Does yours even have a radiator, Evil? Or Zan? BioWing. No offense, but I'm a Goldwing's actually a little almost too heavy. Unless I do a trike, it's right there at being almost too heavy for me. To be honest, Evil. That's the reason why I'm looking at the lighter bikes. Hey, Motobomb, how's it going? Well, mine was that way when the radiator went out when I was at Yellowstone the first year out the Sturgis, and my dealership had helped me figure out that's what it was wrong was the radiator had actually cracked while we was up at Yellowstone, and just told me to get up with Rapid City and see if they've got one and go ahead and have them fix it. So that's what happened the first time the radiator had to be replaced. It was done during 2020 Sturgis Rally at Rapid City, and they weren't too happy about having to do warranty work, but they done it and they did a great job. So I mean, can't complain there. But yeah, but the water pumps though on Harley Davidsons, that's the number one thing that fails. That is a known failure piece. Oh wow, cool. I didn't know that, Zan. Oh, not seeing Dean anywhere. Oh, Moto. But so if anybody's looking for anything to do, oh, that's nice. Yeah, right. I did see Old Faithful while I was there, though. I want to go back, to be honest. But so yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit, hit a little bit about what all I seen today and stuff, because it was kind of sort of eye-opening. Just, I mean, me dealing with Swiftwater Rescue from Polk County and stuff, which is where I started doing fire rescue, and I worked the '96 Olympics during the kayaking events. The guys sitting along the river's edge and stuff during the kayak events, during the whitewater events. I was one of those guys sitting there back in '96. So, and that's just what we do every summer. Almost once or twice a week, we'd pull somebody out of the river there, which is actually right. Let's see if I can get my finger in it. It's just covered it. But yeah, the river that's running beside my shoulder here. Yeah, that river. It runs pretty wild, and that's the reason why I know water is probably one of the most, if not the most dangerous natural disastrous items you can run across, because there is really no stopping it for the most part if it gets going good enough. It'll beat, it'll ponder, it'll wear away, it'll eat away a bank like it did down, like I've seen. It'll take anything and everything with it when it goes. There is no stopping it. And for those that may in the future have to deal with flooding and stuff, one thing of advice that I tell people from dealing with them and having to do rescues and stuff with them is, if you think, or if you're staying at a house, a river or somewhere, ocean, river, whatever, close enough to you that it may possibly flood your house, make sure you got something that floats within arm's reach of you. Keep it close by, because you never know when you might actually need to use that. Whether it be a life jacket, pool noodle, just something that floats. Always great to have something that's buoyant enough. Even a closed milk jug and stuff. A couple of closed milk jugs tied together would help, as long as they're empty. Um, it's sealed up. Anything that'll hold air, that'll hold you up for help keep you above the water, helps a lot. It's better than trying to fight rushing water, and you can just try to hopefully float across the top. So, but yeah, it was pretty horrible from the bottom side of that town onward. I didn't get to go up into the mountains because we took the daughter's car up there today. I didn't take the truck because I wasn't sure how long it was going to be up there, what all they were going to allow, would not allow. Plus, I had to make sure that I didn't get myself into too much trouble because I still got to work tomorrow. So, but I do plan on going back up there if they start hollering saying, "Hey, anybody can help," blah 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 blah. I'll definitely be going back up there. But nope, that's exactly right, Salty. Don't even try fighting the current because you're not going to win. You got to try to stay on top of it. Now you can swim across it, but that takes specialized training and know-how. And I know how to do that, but I'm not going to say exactly how or even try to describe how because don't want anybody getting themselves hurt trying. But the easiest and best way to stay on top of the water floating is pool noodles, life vests, boat seats, just about anything that you know that floats in the water. If it's little small items, get something bigger. Even a basketball will help you. It don't take much. Just gotta have something and hold on to it, and just don't panic. It's the other thing. But for the bike, I'm hoping they hurry up and get me back on my bike. I'm tired of not being on it. I'm tired of not riding. It's getting to me. I mean, last week was nice. Got to demo ride Harley's bikes, wear them out a little bit, but still not the same. But anyhow, just wanted to do a quick little short live, tell everybody what all was needed, and hopefully I'll be back out riding, making more videos before too long from the bike. Don't know, but kind of awkward. Bought winter gear. Not sure I'm gonna be able to use it this year. Go figure. But anyways, everyone take care, and I will catch y'all later or on a live stream sometime or another. And everyone keep riding, stay safe, and I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.